What's up, guys, and welcome to another video. And as the title says, obviously if you clicked on the video, you're coming here because you like writing solos as much as I do. And sometimes I can find it to be an incredibly frustrating thing to do. So I thought it'd be a fun exercise if we wrote kind of a solo together, right, as in real time, and show you kind of what my process is and how I go about looking at trying to write a solo. Because there are very few things that get me as frustrated and as mad when it comes to the writing process as I'm trying to figure out a solo and figure out the application. Does it call for more of a shreddy technical type of solo, or is it more of a laid back? Do I need to kind of pull back in the context of the song, etc.? So, I thought it'd be cool to kind of walk through those things. I got a backing track from actually a TikTok riff that I found, and you'll have to give me a second. I have to forget the guy's name because I want to give him credit, full credit where credit is due. The name is The First Fire on TikTok. Okay, go check him out. He does a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool metalcore stuff, a lot of cool metal stuff. But there was a particular riff of his that he had posted on there that I thought was really cool. I really want to write a solo to that. It just kind of popped into my head, and it was like, oh, that would be super cool. So full credit to him. The backing track that we're going to listen to and work off of is totally his riff. So just be fair with that, and I hope he's okay with that. I tried to message him to make sure cool, but TikTok is really stupid and weird where you can only message people if you're friends. Not trying to rip him off or anything. I want to give him full credit. Go listen to his music. Go follow him on TikTok if you have a TikTok. So first and foremost, in the writing process, when it comes to writing a solo, I'll listen through, mostly on repeat. I'll listen to the phrase or the bar, especially if it's a repeating thing. In this case, it's just I only have like a TikTok thing to really work with, so I just kind of repeated the same thing over and over again. And that's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to listen to see rhythm. That's a big thing. Obviously, key, working within the key, how kind of the feel of the song, kind of get an idea and get our bearings. Really actively listening, and then I might start picking here and there. Let's give it a listen, shall we? We've got the bass. Okay, when you're writing your own music, your own riff, it's a little bit easier because you already know the chord structure, you already know the pattern as far as what the change is to what chords and all of that. So that's really nice that you can then pretty much just apply it here and you're good to go. Whereas if you're soloing over somebody else's stuff, or you're sent something to work on, you're soloing on somebody else's music, active listening and plunking around, kind of like I was doing just then, is really useful, really beneficial. And I want to break it up, right? I want to more do like a reserve, more pulled back type of thing, more melodic, not super technical. This seems like it calls for like this riff. If I were writing this, to write this song, to put it on there, this just sounds like something that, a mixture of both, like, something more melodic and then a little bit of technical, a little bit of flair. Trial and error is, I think, one of the more important things. Is try something, if it sucks, oh well, it's not like you're recording and it's going to be sent out to a million people are going to listen to it. It's all about trial and error. That's what we're going to do. some of that stuff was obviously just being silly and kind of playing around, right? And like I said, exploration and trial and error is perfectly fine. I mean, it's perfectly fine in the context of writing music, you know, and that's part of what we do. So a couple of cool things I liked in there, and now that I kind of got a grasp of what the structure of the chord structure is and how the song kind of feels, kind of what it entails, now I really kind of work on structuring and putting ideas together. I really liked it coming in where it did the that cleanly. Kind of like the after that, I don't know. Then from there, in the context of the song, let's try to get. I mean, it's kind of simple, you know, I'm just running that down there. You know, but sometimes simple just works. Get out of that. You get stuck in that cage, right? But sometimes it works. Then from there, I kind of want to do some big, giant, sweeping. Get up here to the high strings, right? I could play it cleanly, Jesus, sorry. So I guess this comes to the next good point, like to really work through your ideas and play them slow before you can try to play them super, super fast. And that's just... that. And then, of course, in the terms of practice to actually write something, I'm not going to do this a bunch for the video's sake. You know, you don't want to see me just playing a bunch of the same licks super, super slow over and over and over again. But in the terms of this, if I was writing this, I would do it a few more times, nice and slow, you know, and then try to do it. But for the sake of the video, let's see if I can try to punch it out pretty clean. Clean, right? And that'll do for our purposes, I feel like. So that'll enter into the high stuff. Try to listen to this again here. Super sloppy and super nasty, but you know, for the sake of the purpose. From there, I like that a lot. I like that. So, and then from there. something kind of along those lines. I like that. That sounds cool. Then I think like maybe another fast run. I don't know. Let's listen to the context again. So yeah, like I said, excuse the dirtiness, but I'm just trying to get the idea out. Then I did, let's see. Going more melodic there right before the end, so nice big run. So I'm gonna do that little tap right there. See if I can make it happen. That's the really big question of. And the problem is getting that out because I'm terrible at guitar. But yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be really cool at the end. So, in context, let's do it again. I'll show you what I mean. Solos, right? So obviously structure, what the solo actually needs and what it's called for, and there's a lot of repetition involved. So don't get frustrated when you're writing a solo. Don't get really mad. Like, you're gonna mess up a bunch, you're gonna screw up, and that's the whole point. What you see, especially like in these, what you see in guitar solo takes, what you see on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, what you don't see behind the scenes is all the screw ups and all the mess ups and all the shit ups that happen and all these things that can go wrong. A bunch of times before you get the right take. So don't get frustrated, don't get discouraged. I know it's frustrating to write solos because you want to nail it every time, you want to hit it just perfect. But very rarely does it actually ever happen. In this situation, obviously I've got kind of the structure down. I got kind of the idea. It's hard to nail it, and of course, it's hard to push it into one video, because this is something that probably would take a few hours for me to write this solo, and I'm trying to like throw it all together in a less than 20-minute time frame, or that time. So especially that. Really difficult trim picking, so fluid is really tough. That would take me probably over 2 hours to get that super clean. I've done something probably simpler there, maybe doing this. Like I said, I'm bad at guitar. I'm terrible at guitar. So let's see if we can do it. We'll start here a little bit. call it there. There you have it. That's the basis of writing solo in real time. So again, the important things: don't get frustrated when you fuck up. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's part of writing. It's part of the writing process. And as you saw, I screwed up plenty of times. And I'd get pretty far in, and then I'd screw up. Just stick with it. When you're writing a process, just breathe. Let it kind of just flow through you, and let the frustration go. And try not to tense up and get mad, because that's when you start playing bad, and you can't really do anything. But yeah. That's writing solo, guys. If you liked the video, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and join me on the 1K march, or the march to 1K, however you want to say it. And I'll see you in the next one.